Severe weather for the south, including tornadoes, and we have a lot of incoming rain for California for the next few days. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Pew. It's February 14th, 2026. So starting with the south in places like Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, you guys are dealing with a low pressure system and it's currently moving eastward. We have a classic textbook style low pressure system with its counterclockwise flow. It's bringing a lot of warm, moist air from the Gulf, though it did bring in a little bit of some moisture from the Pacific Ocean as well. And so ahead of the low pressure, we have a warm front bringing in that warm, moist air into the southern region. And with that, behind it, we're going to have a cold front bringing in that cold, drier air. And that's going to be producing a lot of that lift and a lot of the strong storms that we're going to see. So along this cold front, we're going to see the most severe risk where all hazards are on the table, including tornadoes, hail, and wind. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a slight risk, or a 2 out of 5, from Texas to Louisiana to Mississippi. In terms of tornadoes, we have a 5% chance to see a spin-up tornado, so we may or may not see a couple today. And since we're dealing with a really strong cold front, most likely what we're going to see is a squall line or a really long band of storms. And so all those risks that I just mentioned are going to be somewhat brief. For southeast Texas, definitely expect these thunderstorms as early as noon. It's going to last throughout this afternoon and evening. Louisiana, you may see this around like 6 to 7 p.m. Central Time, and then Mississippi pretty late around like 10, 11 p.m. Central Time. Now more north of the severe thunderstorm risk, we are going to have a flash flood risk where the Weather Prediction Center did issue a slight risk, or a 2 out of 4, from northeast Texas, northern Louisiana, all the way to places like Arkansas, and we have a marginal risk going as far north as Missouri and southern Illinois. So in these areas, you may not see all those like wind, tornado, hail risk, but you're going to see a lot of rain. And all the hazards that we're having today are going to be shifted to the east by tomorrow morning and afternoon. So the southeast, we're definitely going to experience both this rain and the severe thunderstorms. And this is happening because we look at 500 millibars, we have this cutoff low, and this low pressure is bringing this trough, and it's bringing in both a lot of vorticity or spin, and that's helping with the upward motions, but also a lot of shear. And the shear is helping tilting those updrafts and prolonging those storms, but specifically we do have a lot of low level shear, and that's going to enhance that tornado risk that we're going to see today. Now speaking of cutoff low, looking at the Pacific, we do have a somewhat of a cutoff low that's happening off the coast of California and Oregon. And again, with low pressures being counterclockwise flow, it brought in a lot of precipitation in places like Washington and now Oregon, and eventually California. So Oregon today, definitely expect some showers, and this is going to continuously start moving a little bit more southward and eventually into California by tomorrow morning. And throughout tomorrow early morning, throughout the day, we're going to see all this rain starting from northern California and reach all the way almost southern California. The Weather Prediction Center has already issued a slight risk for flash flooding for California coastline on Monday and a marginal risk on Tuesday. And even by Monday and Tuesday, we're going to have another trough that's coming from the British Columbia area, and it's going to kind of merge with this existing low pressure that we're having off the coast of California, and it's bringing also more vorticity and moisture, and then we're going to have a lot of snow on the mountains pretty much all throughout the west. But by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this same system is going to be having a lot of snow for places in the northern states like Montana all the way to the northeast. And as it gets closer to next week, we are having more and more confidence that we're going to see a significant snowstorm.